All good? Everybody got questions ready? We're going to do some questions. Mom going to do some questions. They're going to do some answers. And at the same time, we're also going to be live streaming right on nerdinitiative.com. How you been? So you guys are going to share? Yeah. That's all I need. We're just waiting on Selwyn. Selwyn Ward. Selwyn Ward. Selwyn Ward to the panel area. Selwyn Ward to the panel area. Oh, I'm live? Oh, I'm live. Hi. So they were good once. They came in good. They were good once, and then now they're. I couldn't live. Once again, Selwyn Ward to the panel area. Selwyn Ward to the panel area. Abu Dhabi, Syracuse. You got the Delta One package. Sleeping in bed. No money is fine. I do this you can't do. Checking out back and I'm going to the quicker. Me like you. Sleeping on the repair. That must be great. What a blessing. All right, Selwyn Ward, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I just love that. That's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to do it because I'm contractually obligated. Coming at you live and direct straight from Syracuse Collectors Con. My name is Off the Cuff Tom, Nerd Initiative's pop culture connoisseur. Welcome to Syracuse. Everybody give a big whole round of applause to our panelists up here. Now I'm just going to start right here and work my way down. I think you all know who these folks are, but we're just still going to introduce them. Ladies and gentlemen, starting right here on my right, we have the wonderful, the talented, started off as the Green Turbo Ranger and is the Black in Space Ranger, Mr. Roger Velasco. Yeah. And keep going down, introduced in Power Rangers Turbo, the movie, the Blue Turbo Ranger, Blake Foster. That guy from KO35 who might have killed Zordon, I think we all know, Andros Christopher Khayman. He did do that. Representing the girl power for all Rangerdom today, we got Miss Tracy Lynn Cruz. And you know what, as much as we need the good guys, we also need the bad guys. We have Mr. Patrick David here as Psycho Red. And last but not least, and obviously last but not least to get to the panel, thanks Selwyn, Mr. Selwyn Ward played the Red Turbo Ranger and Blue Space Ranger. Once again, everybody, thank you so very much for coming out. All right, let's get some of these questions started. So my first big question is, what's very interesting about Power Rangers, and particularly with your guys' seasons, okay? the Turbo to Space Rangers, you guys came in halfway through. What was that like for the casting process? I mean, did you guys know it was coming? And then for you, Blake, I'm going to get this all backwards. It's a bad habit of mine. So for you, you came in though at during the movie. Did you know that you were going to keep continuing on into the whole series?
No, when I came in, I was working with the first unit cast. I had no idea. And then it was kind of cool because when these guys came on the set, I wasn't the young 12-year-old newbie. These guys all were, so I was kind of like, showing them the ropes and stuff as a 12-year-old. But no, I had no idea that there was going to be a different cast of Power Rangers when I started the show.
And then for the rest of the Turbos, Roger?
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't even know what was going on. I just knew that we were auditioning for this big TV show called Power Rangers. I didn't know we were coming in halfway through. They didn't really tell us a lot. So I was oblivious, but I was ready to rock.
And then what was, did they give you any particular sizes? Did you know what colors you were going to be?
I auditioned like 5, 6, 7 times, I think, and I think they saw a lot of people at that time.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard, over 50,000 people because they went to all the big cities, Chicago, New York. Well, we're replacing, some big shoes. You know what I mean? So they traveled a lot in all the big cities, and I auditioned like 5, 6, 7 times. I had no idea what color Ranger I was going to be.
Nice. Tracy, did you, if I remember correctly, you originally were going for Pink Ranger, correct?
I thought, originally, I thought that I was going for the Pink Ranger just because his history had repeated itself. I'm sorry if you can't hear me back there. There's a party over there that I just want to go to. I hear all the music. So my ADHD is just like trying to focus. So yes, initially I thought so. And then when I landed the role, they told me that I was yellow, and I said, "All right, let's do it. Shake it up a bit." I did want to mention, however, did you ask about the auditioning process, or
what was it like? No, were you guys aware coming in that you were going to be replacing, those getting in those big spandex shoes?
Well, I mean, we didn't really know anything other than we were auditioning, but I think that when we did the show Turbo, I think we did more than half. I think there was only like 5 episodes, or yeah. So there was only like maybe 3 or 4 episodes that were without us, and then they brought us in for the rest of the season. Gotcha. So they weren't really established. The guys didn't really stay for the series, just for the Turbo movie.
And Selwyn, what was it like for you, since we were talking about Power Rangers colors? Were you looking for a particular color, or what was it like for you finding out you were going to be the Red Ranger?
Yes, sir. So actually, in the casting, they were looking for an African-American Green Ranger, which is interesting. But at the time, I actually wore red to all the auditions. So
you manifested it.
I had an idea of what I saw happening, for sure. But no, it was just a great honor. We had big shoes to fill. I feel like even from Morphin, most of the Rangers that came in to replace them had big shoes to fill because it was literally a phenomenon, from the very beginning. But I think, all you can do is go in there, give it your best shot, and make it your own. And I think we all did that, brought a little breath of fresh air, and I think it worked out.
Now, this one's going to be for Chris, considering, most of you guys here at the panel had switched over and became the Space Rangers. What was it like for you, Chris, coming in being the new kid on the block?
Does anybody know the story about me wanting to go in to do the audition? Does anybody know it? Raise your hand if you know the story, please. 1, 2, okay.
3.
I did not want to be a Power Ranger. I absolutely hated Power Rangers from day one. I didn't want to have anything to do with Power Rangers. When I was young, I had very long hair. And when beautiful, yes, thank you. Yes, beautiful.
Stunning.
Yes. According to Blake, it was beautiful long hair, yes. And when Power Rangers came out, it was in 93. In 93, I was 15 years old. I had very long hair. It was in a ponytail. And they brought out a character named Tommy. Maybe 1 or 2 of you have heard of him. I don't know. It's like kind of a smaller character, but whatever. He came and went, whatever. So where I lived, all of the kids saw that he, the character, had a ponytail. I had a ponytail, so every goddamn kid in the neighborhood said, "You have a ponytail like Tommy. You must really love Tommy." So all I heard about for like 3 years straight was Tommy this, Tommy that. And I had no idea who the hell he was, and I hated Tommy with a burning passion because that's all I heard about. I had no idea who he was. I'd never watched the show, did not care. When I got the audition to go for Power Rangers, my manager, she said, "Yeah, here's the audition. You're going out for Power Rangers." And I said, "Hell no. I don't want to do it because F Tommy. I don't care who Tommy is. I don't care. But no, I don't want to do it." That is the reason why I booked the show, is because I went in there and I said, "No, I don't want to be here. You wasted my time. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. Screw you. I'm leaving." And they were like, "This guy is a really good asshole. So he's exactly the one we need to be the red guy." So that's why I got the show.
And then down here to Patrick. Now you came in as the bad guy, the Psycho Ranger.
I
What was
did.
that like for you? Did you
Sorry.
know that were you looking to be a ranger, or did you know you were going to be coming in as a villain?
I just went into audition for Power Rangers. I mean, we like a few of us, we've auditioned for a few times, and that day I got a script for Red Ranger and Psycho Ranger. I didn't know what a Psycho Ranger was, so from what I remember so long ago, I read for both, and I just went all out for the Red Psycho Ranger, just my evil laugh and being as evil as I could, and I guess that's what they liked the best. So voila, yeah.
Now, speaking of, how, again, the teams have transitioned and, we've kind of moved pieces around and so on and so forth. You guys started with the big crossover episodes.
Yes.
So what was it like for Blake to come back as Justin, because you had to save,
I had to save the Space Rangers.
pretty much.
They were all caught. Nah, it was cool because everyone always asked me this, and they're like, "Dude, you came back for space. How was it?" I had never left. It was literally like the next day.
Oh, they already knew you just continued shooting, did you?
Yeah, we just continued shooting. So it was something we just continued shooting. But everyone thought that I had came back. Sorry, I don't mean to burst all y'all bubbles. But there you go. It was fun. Honestly, I enjoyed working with both units, both casts, and I enjoyed working on the movie. And I enjoyed working with every single one. So when I did leave, it was very, as a kid, it was very heartfelt for me. It was hard for me to catch the concept of, oh, I'm not going to be on set with these guys anymore. So that was the hardest thing for me.
Wait, and you were 12 on the show, right? Yeah, after we finished wrapping shooting with him, he took us out to a strip bar and we all got drunk as hell. It was all on his dime, too.
Andros is in space still, y'all.
Now, the In Space team is famous for the fact that you guys had one of the biggest pop culture crossovers of the 90s. You guys got to hang
Turtles.
out with the Turtles. What was that like when you guys got the scripts to figure that one out and go, huh?
It was great. I used to love the Turtles back then, and pizza, so I was ready.
Anybody else?
I was like, after I saw that, I was like, why couldn't I just come back for that episode? What the heck? I love the Turtles.
Man, don't ask me this question.
Okay,
I
then
hate
pass
that
it down,
damn-
pass
I
it
hate
down.
that damn episode. Tracy, how was it working with the Ninja Turtle?
Did you give your answer?
Yeah.
And
Skip.
that was your answer. Well, I enjoyed working with the Ninja Turtles. I geeked out, and I mean, other than this guy, I don't know who else wouldn't have. It's the Turtles, and to have them on the mega ship, that was kind of, it was different. It was.
Not my Turtles. I remember 1990, y'all.
I remember 84.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
So what was it
I
like?
hated those damn turtles here.
No, I was a big fan too. I grew up with the animated series actually,
Right.
and so when the movie came out, I don't know if I saw the movie, but when they said we were shooting with them, I was just fascinated by like the suits and what they're going to look like and how that was all going to work.
That
So
was my
very
next
cool.
question.
Actually, yeah, I was going to actually say that when we got the script, I thought that it was going to be an animated. So I thought we were doing something like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit type of, shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea that we were actually going to have the turtles there. I just thought it was just going to be all animated. And then when I actually saw them, I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that, but my mind the entire time was the animated.
Nice. Now we'll go to the next crossover when you guys had to bail out the Galaxy Rangers because Patrick and his team was messing around. What was it like for you guys to come back to set to put on those uniforms again?
Raj, you want to start? What was it like when we came back?
Yeah,
and
you got your haircut for the crossover.
Saved Lost Galaxy because they sucked at what they did. So when we had to show them how to do it right.
Yeah, the one thing is Roger came back with the best haircut.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, it was just I didn't know we were coming back for the show, so I had already kind of cut my hair and all that, moved on. But it was great to be back and work with that team. They're all great guys, and we had a blast. I love the shoot that we did downtown in downtown LA. I think that was really awesome. So yeah, I had a great time doing that. Absolutely.
Now, coming back to the show after your various seasons, was there a different vibe on the set, or because it was all still under Saban at that time? What was it like? Was it just putting on the old suit, or what was the vibe on set?
For me, it was Blake, wake up at 5:45 and go hang with the Power Rangers. I mean, at 12, I was pretty stoked. I was up before my mom was. I was like, "Mom, you ready to go? I got to work." It was surreal. It was great for me because honestly, I was a huge Mighty Morphin Power Ranger fan. Getting off the school bus, running home, watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then working with some of these guys in the Turbo movie was just like, dude, it's just giving me goosebumps right now. I swear to God.
Yes. Oh, it is. Oh my! It really is. Yeah. Oh, he's got goosebumps.
Was your hair still bleached before you came back for that crossover with Lost Galaxy?
Yeah, because we're still under contract. When you do the show, you're still under contract for like a good amount of time afterwards. You're gonna be expected to come back at least to do ADR. So ADR is voiceover stuff. In case anybody wanted to know, ADR, like anytime you hear Power Rangers talking with the helmets on and all that stuff, that's ADR. Because if you wanted to hear anybody talking with the helmet on, that's all you would hear. You ain't gonna hear nothing. When we came back to do the Lost Galaxy the crossover, I already knew those guys really well, and I've been hanging out with Slavin a lot. Danny Slavin he was Leo, the red Lost Galaxy Ranger. He and I used to go out in LA. We used to go out to Koreatown and get drunk as crazy and
on
go
Blake's
singing.
time. On Blake's time too.
On Blake's time, and get drunk as crazy and go singing all night. So yeah, I knew him really well. I love the guy. He's a fantastic guy. I absolutely love him to death. So yeah, it was easy, coming back and hanging out with them. Totally a lot of fun. So there we go.
When we did the crossover, I think what was amazing was being able to have these two, strong teams together. There is a picture I think that's on social media where it has all of us together. Were you in that picture too?
No, you're above, we're below. You're fighting us.
No. But it was a picture. It was just like we were. I think we wrapped. We were done shooting, and we were on the ground, and we had a.
So that means everybody follow their social medias and go and find it for her.
You just stand there and look pretty. No. But no, I think we had a great time. I think what was more intimidating was when we went from the passing of the torch in the turbo from replacing the originals or replacing Zeo. That was more intimidating because you're taking essentially their position. So what you guys don't see is when we were filming, we're on top of the, I guess,
precipice, the mountain looking thing.
Yeah, like it looks like we're on top of rocks. But we're in a room, and they have our lights shining on us, and so the camera's facing this way, and so they're introducing each one of us, and then you have the originals down there below looking at us, and while we're shooting, they're looking at us. They have tears in their eyes kind of bittersweet. It's really hard because as they're introducing us, we're all excited, and it's like this is very awkward. We don't. It's just such a foreign feeling to see somebody feel like this is your separation. This has been your home, and now we're taking over. But I mean, it was probably one of the most awkward feelings, but it wasn't as bad as going from in space to galaxy. It's a totally different thing because here before we were doing with the originals. Now it was just us. So yeah.
Now, Patrick, since we're just going to pass it down, when you came back to, were you aware that? Yeah, come on. Were you aware that you were going to? When did you know that you were going to come back as Psycho Red in the Lost Galaxy?
Like a week before I shot it. Because we first of all, they killed us. As you know, they destroyed us. They put us in those data card things, and then we made us ghosts. We're floating around. And then I got, thank you. You did a great job. And no, we might bring you guys back. I'm like, but we're dead. I got to bring us back. Lo and behold, casting call. Oh, so you're going to be going back to Lost Galaxy? I don't remember when I got the script. The whole me and Leo fighting, and my head spinning around. It's like a Red's head spinning around, and he shows up. But I was just surprised how they just thought of that. But no, I just last minute.
And then
Hollywood for you.
Then Dennis Selwyn, what was your thoughts on the crossover with Lost Galaxy?
It's great. I want to say coming back is always awesome. The cast and crew, it's like family reunion, because you get to see the people you worked with previously.
You also did the Legendary War too, correct?
So every time you come back, it's always great. It's great to meet the new cast. At that time, I had a thing for Jungle Women, so meeting Serena Vincent was incredible. So it was a good time.
And then if I remember correctly, you also did it with your other Space Ranger. Patty was there as well, right? So big shout out to Patty. Hi, Patty. How we doing? Hopefully you're seeing this. If not, no, she's not here. But hopefully, she's catching it on live. So interestingly enough, back in that, Zordon era, a lot of folks, we knew that there was Super Sentai. Were any of you folks aware of the seasons or characters that you were representing in your season?
I'll just say right now, I wasn't, but I tell you what, the fans will let us know instantly. I heard about Super Sentai from the fans. I had no clue.
I just found out a couple of years ago. I had no idea. Maybe like 3-4 years ago. I just found out because the fans were like, no. But I didn't even watch that. But anyway, no. So no, because the scene are where we morph into humans. It's called Silence is Golden. It was an episode where we're trying to track down these rangers by listening to them and all that stuff like that. Someone showed me the side by side of the Japan version. Yep. We're doing the exact same thing.
It was cut for cut. It was 1 for 1.
They don't tell us nothing. I just found out about 4 years ago. They didn't tell you. They didn't tell us. The psychos.
What I don't understand is how do they have to tell you? I mean, hello, you've done these cons. Is this your first pony ride?
Rangers are fighting on stage.
Out right when I started doing the cons. But the casting didn't say, okay, so we're gonna, mimic the one we already did. They just had me the same moves, the same stuff, exactly the same.
While we were on set, I didn't know anything about Super Sentai. While we were on set, I worked out with the stuntmen constantly, and one of the stunt guys that was one of the Reds for me, because there was 3 different guys, well, sometimes 4 that would actually be Red. Top number 1 guy, Maida-sama, Hiroshi Maida. And then the guy underneath him was Takahiro Homa. Honma was about my age. And he asked me, he was like, oh, Christopher, you know about Super Sentai? And I was like, what the hell? I don't even know what the hell the words are that you just said. What does that mean? And he showed me the show, and I was blown away because I was like, this shit is so violent. I love it. Oh my God. He showed me 2 scenes that were so awesome where the first one was the Red Ranger, the Super Sentai Red Ranger, who was Kenta Date. That was the name of the character. He was in a fight with whoever the bad guy was. I don't remember her name. It was a girl. She had she had a helmet on, but like you could see her face and all this. And they're getting into a fight, and then like he spins around and he backfists her across the face, and her face like she turns, and then she spit out blood on the show, and I was like, yo, that's awesome, man. Why are we doing that? That's so cool. And then there was another one where the character that we had was Ecliptor, but on Sentai it was Captain Ugande, and Captain Ugande had knocked down the Red Ranger. He was on the ground and he was laying down, and then he started like stomping his head into the ground, and I was like, "This is so badass! God, why are we doing that?" I really wish we were doing the Sentai.
Standards
So
and
cool.
practices. Standards and practices. Now, I'll ask Blake this one. Did you know that Turbo in Super Sentai was a spoof joke series?
Car Ranger, I didn't find out till way later because of the fans, but watching it now, because I have a 10-year-old, going back watching Power Rangers, you could definitely tell the Sentai footage from regular footage. You'd be like, oh, that's not us. But yeah, it was super cool for me to learn about Car Ranger later in life, because I had no idea, just going on set filming as a kid Power Ranger, and then learning like the lineage behind it and the stuff behind it.
So what you're saying is that if they do another Turbo reunion episode, you want that magical White Ranger girl?
I want anything Turbo. I think the fans want anything Turbo.
I believe so.
I think
too.
the fans want anything blue, right? Oh, don't you guys all scream at once now?
Come on, where's my blue crew at?
Where's the blue crew? But hey, honestly, because they've done a Forever Red episode, if they did a Forever Blue, it would really hit really hard. Like, I feel like the fans would love that, because there's a lot of Blue Ranger fans out in the fandom that tell me constantly. So hopefully we just keep putting that in the universe and it'll happen.
Yeah, I would love to see you come back, because I mean, you were the Kid Ranger.
Yeah, and now I don't even need to like grow to morph.
Yeah, you can fit in the suit.
Exactly. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, like Selwyn said, I had no idea that existed, but the fans will let you know, and that's how I found out. I found through the fans that it was Super Sentai footage.
Now, there were some certain episodes that were all American based. You know, Roger, you had one of the best ones when Johnny came back. What was that like for you getting to work with him?
Always a chance. Great episode. It was awesome because Johnny's Johnny, legendary. So to be able to work with him and collab on an episode, it was awesome. We put our all into the episode, and it's created magic, man. A lot of Power Ranger fans tell me that's their favorite episode. I love that episode. You guys love Always a Chance? Great episode. The writing was great.
It really was.
The writing was great. Everything was great. I loved it, and I got to work with who? Oh yeah, I got to work with the frog. Okay, so okay, Blake. But yeah, just working with Johnny Bosch, it was awesome, and man, we created magic together. That was incredible.
Now, speaking of Johnny, I know Johnny's a phenomenal martial artist. How many of you guys actually came in with any martial arts training ahead?
I did. I had some, not super extensive, but yeah, I was training. I was practicing karate right before the show.
Nice. Chris?
I did. Well, Blake, you have martial training?
Yeah. I that's actually how I got the role, because I was filming an independent film, and I was just messing around on set one day, throwing kicks and doing backflips and stuff. And then the director of that was the producer of Power Rangers, and I had no idea. He was like, "Yo, you're really good at that. Do you want to be a Power Ranger?" I was like, "Get out of here, bro! You don't know nothing about Power Rangers." And then that's how it led to one thing, led to another. But yeah, I was a martial artist. I've been a martial artist my whole life.
They walked up to Blake and they said, "You want to be a Power Ranger? Step into my van."
No. Actually, he said, "Do you want to be Power Ranger? Step into my RV."
I'm guessing that was Heinz man. Oh, shoot me.
Oh, that's dirty. I had done Taekwondo before I did the show, so big jumping and spinning kicks and all that stuff that you would never use in real life looks really good on TV. So yeah, I had done some martial arts training before. Tracy, your extensive martial arts training background?
So I was in college. I was at Long Beach studying for dance as a major, performing arts. Acting was never really on my radar, but being a starving student was.
We all like
So
paychecks.
So yeah, so I had started out as an extra on one of the episodes. I'm not going to say it because this one here has already checked me. Um, I'll let him say it. How's that? So yeah, so that's kind of how I got my feet wet and into the acting type of thing. But martial arts, I don't know, I guess they thought because I was a dancer that I could do martial arts, but the two, nothing. They're nothing alike. I think the only thing that I had going for me was that I knew choreography and that I was limber. But other than that, using muscles and doing all that stuff, I fractured my arm just doing training for some of the choreography that we were going through. We were doing Hell Week, and I fractured my arm because these are things that I've never done before. And so yeah, I just had to kind of tough it up, and I picked it up pretty quickly, but it was a lot. It was a lot of work.
So a grand plie is nowhere near a roundhouse kick. Okay.
The requirement was either you could either martial arts, danced, or moved well.
And which one was yours?
I was a dancer.
Yeah, so I studied Taekwondo in college, and then during the show, I did Hapkido. And as you said, anymore, I think when we auditioned, they did want to see some martial arts skill, but I think over the years, it just became more like dance, or you're just good with movement, or you can just be impressive with your moves. But I think it kind of moved away from us. But we love to fight. You know, that's something we all had in common. We love to mix it up. We love to fight. We always used to get mad because they would make it so short. You know, we fight a little bit, we get beat up, and then we morph. So anyway, yeah. Indeed.
Insurance. Now, let's talk after the show. We talked after when you came back for Lost Galaxy. What has it been like for you folks doing the conventions? What have been some of your favorite moments that you've had doing this over the past years?
I'm going to be honest. So I didn't like doing conventions in the very beginning.
Until we came here.
It was quite strange to kind of people kind of go by and look at you. But I mean, I think over the years, as you open up and talk to fans, it's very rewarding to hear the stories that the fans have, and you find out they literally grew up with you and coming home from school to hang out with you. You know, literally they're friends, and it's those stories that are very touching. There was a gentleman today that told me he used to watch our show at a crucial time in his dad's life where he was having surgery. It was right around the time that we had the cycle arch, and they kind of bonded with that because dad's in bed and they're watching the show, and kind of, you know, he connects the two. And I mean, those are touching things. I mean, I get like watery eyes listening to this, but I mean, it's amazing to be a part of that, because shooting the show, you have no idea. You just think it's a gig and you move on, but you know, you find out you're really important in people's lives. So I love coming out to say hello and being able to share those moments with fans.
Same question? So I started these cons in 2018, and when I first got asked was through Power Morphicon. They got in touch with me, and I'm like, why do they want to see me? First of all, I wanted to kill the Power Rangers. Second of all, I'm like, I'm just a guest star. They don't want to see me. And then I found out that they guess you really like me. So I came and heard the stories, and thought they didn't. I realized they didn't hate me, and it's been a lot of fun. Like you said, hearing all the stories, and I had no idea that our characters would have an impact on certain people in a positive way. But yeah, that's the reason why I love doing these things.
What I find fascinating is when people think Power Rangers in space, they think Psycho Rangers. But Psycho Rangers is what made, at least that's what they think. Me, different. Us, I'm sure we have a different now. But yeah, it's so funny because that's the first thing. The Psycho Rangers were my favorite. So
they're at your table. The Psycho Rangers are your favorite.
But after following Power Rangers, I took a step back and was working as a teacher. I was a mom and doing all of that. Now I'm no.
This is why they're not all mic'd.
I'm sorry. He threw it. ADHD, you guys. It's just not fair. Stop it. Um, since the show, though, I've worked with an organization that is about autism and autism inclusive, autism awareness. So that's something that I've really pushed for. We can talk about that later. And doing the conventions has been amazing because having these one-to-ones and connecting with everybody, you guys are the reason that keep bringing us back year after year after year. So we thank you. It's amazing to be able to see all that, blood, sweat, and tears pay out. And thank you guys. We're so humbled. And, thank you to the show, to Syracuse for bringing us here. We really appreciate it.
I love doing these cons. I'll tell you guys all this one thing. This is every one of you guys right now. I love it the most when you come up to my booth and you say that your favorite Power Ranger ever is the Red in Space Ranger. If you tell me that, I love you forever.
You'll get a free autograph if you tell them that. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
just kidding. Okay.
Again, on Blake's dime, we're keeping a track.
I will just say, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be sitting where we're sitting, honestly. And it's a humbling experience. And I know what it's like because I was a huge fan of the show before I was even on Power Rangers. So I relate to you guys so well. And yeah, we're doing this and we love doing it, and I don't think we'll ever stop doing it. And it's just a great time. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, after Power Rangers, I was still working as an actor, filming films and stuff, commercials and all that. My first convention was in 2009, Anime Expo in LA, and I was like, whoa, this is a whole new world. There's like 50,000 people walk through these doors, and it was just exciting. And I would say the best part of what we do is hearing your stories, telling us how we empowered you during certain times in your life, because of you, I pursued a military career, or I'm a teacher, or I'm a martial artist now, or, maybe I was going through a rough time and I was having some dark thoughts, but now because of your episode or this or that, I got out of that situation. So all those stories are very empowering. Like, we come to this side of town because we've never been here, and we want to, I feel like I'm in service. You guys have done so much for us. When I come here, I'm in service for you guys. I want to come out here and experience you and shake your hand, and it's very gratifying. It fills my heart with love and joy, and yeah, I love what we do, and I love meeting you guys wherever we go. And I mean, we're going everywhere. Some of us are going to go to Singapore at the end of the year, so wherever there's fans, and if you guys are looking for us, we're going to come out and we're going to meet you guys because you guys deserve it. And by the way, like Blake said, there would be no Power Rangers without you guys. We shot it, you watched it, we blew it up. So we're a team. So we appreciate you guys a lot.
So since you guys are talking about, these folks wouldn't be here if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for everything you guys have done. I started off as a fan many, many years ago, and I jumped in a live chat with another YouTube channel, and then they brought me on as a writer, and because of everything that you and the whole Power Rangers family have done, has opened so many doors for myself. So I just want to say thank you to very, very much.
Thank you.
That's
awesome.
Now, speaking of fans, I need a line, single file, whoever's got questions. Don't worry, they don't bite, except Chris.
We're hungry, but we won't bite.
All right? We got time for a few, so let's go, guys. I got a short mic, so this is as far as I got.
Wow. Sorry. This one is for Andros. I was binge watching In Space for this, and I was telling you earlier, like, you seem like that person I would have a beer with because, like, you're so opposite of Andros, and I just want to know, like, what's your favorite thing about Andros, and how are you guys similar, even though you're so opposite?
Let me start off by saying it's going to be more than just one beer. One beer leads to two, leads to three, leads to good night.
And secondary question, you guys are the best ship ever. I love you too. You guys are awesome.
Oh, we have the best relationship ever.
It's a love-hate relationship.
It's a ship on the
I
Astro
know. I
ship.
hate the lover. So how are me and Andrew similar? We're both stupid assholes. And then how are we so opposite? I'm more of a stupid asshole than he is. So there it is.
All right, come on up there.
So actually, it's for Blake. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you were first introduced, I hated you, just because you got to live every kid's dream. So
Fair
there's
enough,
that.
fair enough,
But
fair enough.
jealousy. With the last season, they did bring back previous Rangers. Were you ever contacted about coming back for the Cosmic Fury season?
Not for Cosmic Fury. They sent me an email for the Mega Force Super Battle to come back
Okay.
for that. And obviously, at the time I was having my son, we were in the hospital, so I had to decline it. But I want them to send me another email. Speaking of which,
Thank you.
thank you though. It's like a love-hate relationship, huh?
Playing evil is either usually very grotesque or they notch the cool and sexy up to 11. Any of you guys jealous that Patrick got to be Psycho Ranger with an outfit like that when you guys had just played
I was. Oh, okay. Here we go.
No spandex. We got the leather. And you can like, come here.
Look
come
at
here.
look at the Psycho
Go
Ranger.
ahead.
You wear it well, my friend.
Fashion show. Right here.
Yes.
There you go.
Very
There you go.
well. There you go.
Very nice. Very nice.
And we all know, Chris always wants to play the bad guy.
Hey, Psycho Red, you should just come stand right behind him. That would be a great photo op.
No, I wasn't jealous. I was just excited to be Carlos Vallarta on the show. That's right.
So, who would win in a fight, the Spartans or you?
Next. Come on up, guys. We got a few minutes left, so anybody got more questions? Come on up. I got a short mic. I can't get.
For all of you, what was your favorite monster or main villain?
And we're not talking about Italian food.
Diva Talks. I had a crush on her.
She looks phenomenal still.
I know.
Kids
No,
present.
my favorite was Rygog.
Rygog? Okay. Hands down, number one best villain ever, Ecliptor. Number one best. Screw Psycho Red.
I was gonna say Ecliptor, but I would have to be biased towards Astronema, considering that I got to switch places and be the little sexy cat villainess that she was. So
Big shout out to Melody.
Well, also you have a cheat sheet on your shirt of all of the psycho. All of the villains. You know what my brain is. Yeah,
Cheat sheet? Anybody cheat sheet?
I'm gonna pass on this one.
Well, there was a lesser known villain that I don't remember the name, but it kind of resembled a tossed salad that I kind of took a liking to.
Next.
We're gonna toss your salad. Terrible line.
Nice. This is for Christopher. And when is the next episode of Bloodline of the Greek coming?
Oh my God. We're working on it literally now. Okay, we just filmed with Roger last weekend, so we're working on it. I promise you, we're doing it with our own crew. You know, we have to put everything together ourselves. It's a lot of work, so it's nowhere near as easy as you guys might think it is. So yeah, we're working on it, but I promise you, we're gonna have it done. We will have episode 3 fully filmed, edited, post-production, everything done before we do Power Morphicon because we want to actually have it there for premiere. It will be worth the hype. Yes, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Glory to the Red Raiders.
Glory to the Red Raiders. Yes.
All right, I got time for 2 more questions, and then we're going to call it a day. So come on up, my gold and leather friend.
Hey guys, so this is technically for Chris, Patrick, and Roger. But I always kind of wanted to know, how did you guys feel when you were, pitched the idea of Bloodline of the Grid, when you were given the idea?
How did I feel when I got pitched the idea?
For your own shit.
I created the show. Yeah. I pitched the idea to him and him. So
there is a reason to his madness.
There's methods, yes. No, yeah, I pitched the idea to Patrick and Roger. So let's let them answer that.
Yeah, I saw the episode where Patrick did his thing, and I was like, "Man, this is pretty cool. This is I like what they're doing." And then when Chris asked me if I wanted to be part of it, it was easy. I was like, "Absolutely, I love these guys already, and I love what they did with episode 2." So I was ready to rock. I jumped on board pretty fast. Yeah.
That was a great cameo with you at the end. So I mean, it just hooked me.
Thank you. Wait till you see episode 3 when we land. And it gets pretty intense. It's awesome. We just shot it out last Sunday. It was great. So, and then then we well, I'll let you do that, Chris.
Okay. What? Well, actually, Patrick, how do you feel about? Well, yeah, we'll talk about Blake at some point. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But who's Blake? But yeah, Patrick, how did you feel about when I brought it up to you? Bloodline. I was driving in the car and he's like, "Hey, I got something for you." He explained what it was. Oh, we only need you for like 5 minutes, just a little cameo, I was like, all right. That 5 minutes turned into what, 5 years? But it's been a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be. It's a lot of work, more on their part, but yeah, it's coming out really great. We're all glad we're part of it. So.
Excellent. And
Every
I know
episode is going to be better than the last.
Of course.
That's what
It keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! You're going to be last question. All right. No pressure. You're just setting it up for the rest of the show.
All right, so in Countdown to Destruction is the first time you guys more publicly in front of everybody, kind of breaking that mold of having the secret identity stuff. So how did it kind of feel to kind of be the ones that really, out of having that secret identity for so long and then having that public display at the end of that series?
I'm sorry, I wasn't there. I was busy saving the entire universe.
Killing Zordon.
Yes, after that.
It was killing Zordon.
I mean, it was great. I just thought the writing was pretty sick on those 2 episodes, and I mean, we were blowing stuff up. Everything just felt right. It was fun time, great episodes. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed everything that we did there, and it still continues to empower people. Those 2 episodes.
Tracy?
Countdown to Destruction, I think, was the most epic ending for a season. I mean, it just left with a just tremendous boom. I felt like there was a lot of things that you guys didn't get to see. The relationship with Andros and Ashley. We had our first kiss that didn't get seen.
Will we see it in Bloodline? Maybe it's in Bloodline?
Yeah. Ashley's not, yeah. Ashley's moved on from that. So, well, I don't know if you guys know, but in the series, Ashley kind of,
Who the hell is Ashley? What?
Ashley. That was a name given from Selwyn. Go figure. But yeah, I mean, Countdown was amazing. I think that the best part about that, and I'm going to piggyback off of what Roger was saying, was the location shots. Shooting in downtown was incredible. All the different location, everything, the storyline, it was incredible. I think it was probably the most epic ending to a season.
That was good. Yes. So
I think the big message there is I think the fans really, as a fan now you can say I'm a Power Ranger, right? It's just like a unifying message that I think Saban has done well with the Rangers the entire time. It's like anybody at any time can be a Ranger and is a Ranger. So I love that message. And also, I think we all knew at that time it was a shift. They were bringing the series to the end at that point. So we knew something huge is happening. But because we were doing so well, it's still going. Thank you. You're welcome.
So technically, in Space Lab,
I would also like to say
Please do.
that I found it fascinating that you hear about the conspiracies with the Simpsons. Oh, the Simpsons thought of it first when everything they predicted it. Well, for our show in space, we had Deca, aka Siri. Just saying, So I thought that was fascinating. But I think In Space, though, was rightly deserved for being one of the best. I mean, yes, I'm biased, but not only did we save the franchise once, we came back for Last Galaxy and saved them.
Twice.
So,
All right, and before we go, if you guys could just let everybody know where they can find you on the social medias
Whoa, sorry, I got a broken finger.
and what other projects you got going on right now.
Official Roger Velasco on IG and official Roger Velasco on Facebook. And you can find me over here in my booth.
Instagram, Blake A. Foster.
Yeah, check out all of his martial arts stuff. Trust me, it is amazing.
for Instagram, Christopher Khayman Lee. I live stream on Twitch, which is just Chris Khayman Lee. But if you come to my booth, I have like a QR thing where you can scan it and it's all the social stuff. So there we go.
same. I have a QR on my booth, and it's just TLC Yellow Ranger all the way through all the socials. Also wanted to plug in Neurolux, which is the organization that I work with for autism awareness and autism acceptance. So you guys get a chance. If you know anybody that's impacted or a family member that's impacted with autism or neurodivergent, Neurolux, come and check it out. You guys can talk to me more about it after.
I only have one, and that's because he made me get it. One Instagram. It's very hard. The Cycle Red at Instagram.
You can find me at the Selwyn Ward Facebook, the official Selwyn Ward Instagram, and also Dark Invader Cinemax at night.
Wait. Don't forget, you can also find him on the first Black leader of the Power Rangers.
As for myself, folks, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Off the Cuff Tom. Once again, Nerd Initiative's pop culture connoisseur. Let's give it a big, huge round of applause for everybody on the panel. Big, huge round of applause just for Power Rangers in general. Thank you all very much. Enjoy the rest of the convention, and we'll see you later.
Stay where you're at so we can do a selfie.